Do. It's time to get your clicks fix.
Hello and welcome back to Clicks Fix. I'm Rory. It has been 3 days since I last played with these pint-sized plastic people, and that was at Texas State's, and that's what I'm here to talk about today. So, Texas State's went. It was so much fun. had had a blast. There are a lot of great people there. There's 38 people showed up, which is pretty darn good. There's a lot of people that had to drive quite a ways to get there. They had it here. I was lucky here in San Antonio, where I live, not too far away. And yeah, it was a great event. Lots of fun, lots of great prizing. Met a lot of great people, and we'll mention some of their teams. I might not remember names. I'm horrible at names, so I'm sorry if I met you and I don't remember your name. Anyway, 300 Modern, that was the event. And of course, some of the things that are, I guess, technically modern were kind of excluded, like the Strange Tales. We couldn't play anything from that. The Flash uh, Iconics, that was off the table, which was unfortunate for one of the local guys here that plays. He put the Black Flash on his sideline, and it was a big element of his team and the way it worked. And then he had to drop it out, and then his team just didn't work as well as it really should have, which is too bad because it was a really cool team. Anyway, we're going to go through my team, some of the teams that I win against, and we'll look at probably the two winning, the winning team and the runner up, and just kind of a just an overall look, and I'll talk about how my games went and how that all played out. So first, my team will go how it displays in HC units. I'll take a screenshot and show you what my team is here. It starts with Juggernaut. He's the highest point figure from Collector's Trove. He's got the Crimson Gem, of course, that he comes with. And then I had the Spot and he was the avatar of Animal Man. So he could get the hypersonic speed, do a couple moves, and make a bunch of attacks. Blue Lantern Hal Jordan was there to keep defenses up and increase the attack and damage of the Spot. Norman Osborn was there to give the Spot and a bunch of other figures, everybody else on the team that's next listed, they could use Precision Strike as well. Also got the leadership and TK from him. Leadership, again, bunch of leadership and TK from Hal Jordan as well. Then Predagaton, he had the Bloodstone to try to help prevent any crazy healing going on any opposing teams. And it's Predagaton. He's amazing. Oh yeah, Hal Jordan did have the Blue Lantern ring, which was very needed for that. I had a Parademon, the DCP 24-014. The one, it's a goon, so if he gets taken out, I could possibly bring in another goon, or bring another one of him out. But he had the Ring of Telekinesis to get that free TK of terrain and perplex there. And then Copycat, because she can get a bunch of powers. She can even copy that perplex, even though, and hers will be a regular perplex, while the Parademons will not be. Sideline was Mimic, Beetlejuice, Ares, Animal Man, Abscissa, and Mind Gem. Animal Man on the spot's pretty obvious about what he does. And then Ares, of course, is there. I don't think really got around to doing an Ares bomb with him. The idea was to use it with the sword construct, but that never came around. Beetlejuice was mostly there to be a target for Black Panther Anybody that wanted to get rid of him, because Beetlejuice, if I pulled him out, it would really hinder the spot quite a bit. So, yeah, most of the if there was a Black Panther on the other team, they got rid of Beetlejuice. And the Mind Gem was there to try to get rid of like Spirit of Vengeance's stop, click power, and other powers as well. It's just so great. And people got rid of that one a lot when they had Black Panther, which was expected. The maps I had were Ancient Labyrinth, Bank Escape, and Motendo. Ancient Labyrinth was my go-to map if I got map choice. Heart-shaped herb, terrain marker, the machine, and shipping container were my terrain markers. But yeah, that was my team. The idea is pretty straightforward. Juggernaut goes and hits, hopefully activating the Mind Gem on the main defenders, and then the Spot can then hypersonic in, hit somebody, go back to where he started, then get empowered and really high attacks when he does a free flurry. So my first opponent, he had it was an X-Men team, looks like. Yeah, his X-Men team. Really good team. I was not expecting, I was expecting to see a Prime Rogue. That did not surprise me. So I had Prime Rogue, but he had the Iceman, the Ellie Iceman that gives a lot of, when you all share a point value, they get bonuses. So Iceman and Rogue got +1 to all their stats, but so did Madeline Pryor and all the phantasms she brought out. So there was a lot of probability and a lot of high defenses I had to hit, and they had a lot of high attacks. That was a crazy game. I lost this game. He got most of my team. I did get Rogue. Rogue didn't take too long to take out, but she did get a good hit in on. I made some mistakes that I didn't really realize at the time. It was like, oh man, I should have done this. But Rogue came in after I got the initial hit. Then she came, started wailing on Spot. Rogue. Then when I KO'd Rogue the first time, she brought out Abscissa. Then I had to get rid of both of them. So that got me an extra 50 points. So I ended up getting 150 points. He got like 200 and something from me, because I think the only thing he didn't really take out was Juggernaut in the end. He put me on the Tangle, which is not super great for me because it allowed him to do a lot of ranged attacks on the Spot, which was unfortunate. But yeah, it was really a fun game. It was back and forth, and he did really well in the tournament. I think he went pretty far. So that was a fun game. Then my round 2, this is Swiss, 5 rounds of Swiss. Round 2, I went up against another Juggernaut team, but this one went with the Collector's Trove Dr. Doom at 75 points. He was an avatar of Animal Man. And John Constantine, Prime Sinestro with the Sinestro ring, and Sister Circe with the Blue Lantern ring. This game, I knew I had to get rid of that Sinestro, or else I couldn't bump up the attacks and damages of the Spot. So he was my first target. I didn't take him out in the first round of attacking, but I did in the second turn. That I got the points here. How did that game go? I ended up with 175 points. Sorry, looking at the wrong one. I got 130 points, and he got 100 points out of me. I can't remember what he got from me. Didn't get the Juggernaut, because the Juggernaut got like locked up with Doctor Doom, and they just couldn't really do anything to each other because he was masterminding and he couldn't hit me, just didn't have the rolls for it. Then who did he take out? I think he took out Hal Jordan. He took out did he take out Spot? I can't remember specifically. He got 100 points out of me. I got a little more than that because I took out his Juggernaut. I took out Sinestro. I think that was it. Those are the two figures I got from him, Juggernaut and Sinestro. But it was a good game. It was back and forth. It wasn't decided until those last points were scored. It was a lot of fun. I think I chose the map on that one. He did have Beetlejuice out there. He brought Beetlejuice in there from the sideline for a little bit, but he realized he didn't want to hurt his own guys, so he let Beetlejuice go. Oh, yeah. First round, they scored 220 from me. That was a good game, though. Okay, round 3. So at this point, I have 1 loss, then 1 win. Round 3, I went up against Spirit of Vengeance. This is a really good team. He had Spirit of Vengeance, and that was the avatar of Animal Man. Black Panther, Green Man with the Green Lantern ring, Collector's Trove Loki with the Destroyer armor, Scarlet Witch, the Collector's Trove Chase with the Ring of Telekinesis, Perdigaton, Phoenix, and 2 Bats, Bystanders. That was an interesting game. That was back and forth because I think I got the first hit in. He brought out Beetlejuice, and Beetlejuice can just send its damage onto Loki and it doesn't matter. So I knew I had to get rid of that ability. So I had Juggernaut. Juggernaut did go in and got rid of Beetlejuice, and he was able to do a bit more as well. I got rid of, so I got about 135 points. I can't remember exactly how it worked out, but I got a bunch. I got Loki, Green Man, Scarlet Witch, and I think that might have been the main ones. And then when we were getting all the scores, he realized he'd forgotten to put out the equipment that they'd had, which had dropped. So he just gave me those points because they were never there for me to try to collect. So that was good. He ended up pulling out Thanos, and Thanos did a lot of damage to my team. He took out a good chunk of it. He got 175 points. So that was a pretty close game, 135 to 175. It was a good match. So there I'm at 2 losses, 1 win. Go to match 4. I go up against a Ulysses Bloodstone gang, is what it's called, which is Ulysses Bloodstone with Bloodstone, Caveman Wally West with the longsword, same Hal Jordan that I have with the blue ring, Alan Scott, the super rare, at 40 points with the broadsword construct, Jade at 40 points from the 400 set with the Green Lantern ring, and Reverse Flash at 40 points, of course, with Stormbreaker. No, I can't remember which map we were on. Might have been the Tangle. I think he might have chose the map. He also on the sideline has 4 to 5 pin particles, Ares, Mimic, and it was a decent game. It was a decent game. I ended up getting, who did I take out? I got Reverse Flash. Reverse Flash came in pretty quick, and Caveman Wally West came in, and I was able to get rid of them. He did get Juggernaut from me. How many points did he get? He got 115, so that'd be Juggernaut at 80, and I think a couple of my others, like Copycat, I think was one of them. maybe per Degaton. I got 200 points from him. I took out a good third of his team, but that was another good game. Like, I don't think I had a single game that was not, didn't know which way it was going to go, and at least until halfway through the game. But yeah, Spot was really good in that game. Then match 5. So I have 2 and 2, and I got to figure, okay, if I got to win this third match and get enough points. At this point, I'm like 600 and something points, and it's like, okay, I got to win this match, get enough points, and I could possibly get into the top 16. And I went against here Collector. I've seen Collector. I've looked at Collector. I've never played against Collector. I've never played Collector. So I was kind of worried. It's like, okay, he starts putting the tokens on Juggernaut. I'm like, oh crap. If he hits the Juggernaut, I'm just screwed. I didn't know what to do. I was just like, I just gotta go in for it. So he had Collector with the Bloodstone and Dream Ruby, which I love, and the Wrecking Ball, which was kind of good for him in the sense that we went to the my map, the Ancient Labyrinth. So he had the potential to, do close attacks through all the blocking terrain, all that kind of stuff. He also had John Constantine with the Ring of Telekinesis and Zala Jor-El with the God Killer Sword. I was scared, man. Because I'd never faced Collector before, and I was like, I have to get that Collector to where he can't just collect all my guys without me really having much of a defense to it. So I just went in. I sent Juggernaut like on the second or third turn, when I was like set up to do my run. I just had Juggernaut go in, busting through walls in a direction where his other characters couldn't see Juggernaut, and like, so John Constantine couldn't prob him or anything like that. And Juggernaut did his thing, his hit, which does 4 damage. He hit Collector, did 4 damage because he missed his shape change. Put him off of the invincible, so he's on impervious, and then Juggernaut's penetrating from his attack thing afterwards took him onto his first stop click. I used the Mind Gem on the stop click, which I realized I probably shouldn't have done. Probably should have done the damage power that is with the stop click. But in the end, it worked out okay anyway. And then I went in with Spot. Spot did his hypersonic and hit him. He missed his shape change, hit him for 3 damage, which put him on his next stop click, just like directly, which was lucky for me. Flash comes back, goes for a free flurry, and Collector rolls the shape change this time, and then he's like, okay, now you take damage because the Dream Ruby, and I totally had forgotten about it and like how it works. So Spot dealt himself 3 damage. Like, oh crap, now what am I gonna do? So at that point, by that turn, he'd already had 3 tokens on Juggernaut. He misses his attack on Juggernaut. Thank goodness. And then that's when I realized Animal Man has Battle Fury. So I choose Battle Fury for Spot to use, so I don't have to worry about the shape change. Now I have to worry about the stop click with the powers that he has there, but not the shape change. I would rather worry about that because I've got Precision Strike, and I'm empowered with all my boosts. I'm up to 6 damage. So then I take out the Collector. Then I don't remember much else from that game. I did get the rest of his team. I did then take the Juggernaut over and smash the rest of his team. So I got 300 from that. I was there. Once I started getting the hits on the collector, it was kind of decided, but it was scary still just going up against that collector. Scary. So that got me into the top 16, which is awesome. First time I've ever been in a top cut of any tournament. I haven't been to a ton, but it was the first time, and it was awesome. So in the top 16, I went up against another Juggernaut team. And his Juggernaut had the +1 longsword instead of the Crimson Gem, which was unfortunate for him because I did get map choice and I put him on the Ancient Labyrinth where I could bust through the walls, but he couldn't. He had Guy Gardner with the Star Sapphire Ring and Zala Jor-El with the God Killer Sword. Of course, Black Panther with the Ring of Telekinesis, Loki with the Bloodstone, and Perdegaton. So he had a pretty good team. I was really wondering what to do. And I was kind of worried about the Guy Gardner, but he never ended up bringing Guy Gardner forward. It was kind of a weird, because I brought my team out kind of in the middle of the map, but with the Blue Lantern Hal there to boost my defenses. So he didn't really want to try to attack me because he was going to have to hit some really high defenses. And he brought out Beetlejuice. And then he realized at one point, like, he had left Beetlejuice alone. Because Beetlejuice was out there and he had Loki, like, I was trying to figure out, can I get to Loki? Whatever, how am I going to do this? How can I get Spot into a place where he can do some attacks without having to do free attacks? Because I had already chosen, before he brought out Beetlejuice, I had already chosen hypersonic speed. So Spot still had that ability. Now, it came down to this one turn. And I brought part of my team over there to try to set up some sort of an attack with a decent defense, and some of my team was left behind that I just didn't have the actions to bring with me, like Norman Osborn and some of the goons. And he brought his Juggernaut over to attack some of my goons. And I think this is all I came over to attack him as well. So we got some of my goons, took some points. He might have gotten Norman. I think he might have gotten Norman. But he had to do that. Juggernaut ended up on or right next to the spot where I had left it last, because I didn't have free actions to move it around. And he had left Beetlejuice alone. And he realized, oh crap, if I leave Beetlejuice out right here, my Juggernaut could just go over, hit him, because he was on like click 4 or something, hit him once and score 100 points. So he's like, okay, let Beetlejuice go. Didn't want me to be able to score those points, which is fair. But then I was just able to wail on his Juggernaut. Then I went over and got Guy. It's just that turn kind of just exposed him, and I was able to just nail the rest of his team. That was a great game. Great guy. He was so much fun to play with. He was just getting back into the game. His name is Justin. He was conceptually, like, his strategy, he was good at thinking it. It just like was still getting into the rhythm and the new rules and stuff like that. He'd been warned that Spot was crazy. Let's see, so that game, and he ended up getting 50 points from me, and I got 300. I got his whole team, because it got to a point where he only had his support characters that couldn't do much damage. So, and then, so I'm in top 8. Yay! Top 8. And I go against the same Spirit of Vengeance team that I faced in Swiss. It was similar. It wasn't really similar. Like, no points were scored until the last 2 turns, like during his last turn or second last turn, something like that. because he realized that if he brought out his Beetlejuice, but not until I chose hypersonic speed. I got to choose hypersonic speed. We were on the ancient labyrinth, but he realized he could not expose Loki the way he had before. So he had Loki back, where it was a little bit more difficult to get to him. So I had to bring up my team kind of halfway so I could set up an attack. But he had so many things surrounding him that it was hard to get any shots off on anything meaningful. What was crazy though was he gets out Thanos, because if I didn't say before, he had like the snake pit, so that's mostly how he was damaging his Spirit of Vengeance to get to those stop clicks. And he brought out Thanos. He had some other ways. He had some of the one shots, but I don't think he ever needed to use them. He brought out Thanos. Thanos comes over with Green Man. He makes an attack with a 14 attack, and I'm like, okay, so who's going to die? I have pretty high defenses because of Hal, and I got a couple probs. He has several probs, but after all the probs, he rolled like a 3, and he missed. He just whiffed it. So I destroy the elevated terrain that Thanos is on. Thanos and Green Man, they drop, so I can get some good close attacks on Thanos, and I managed to hit him with the spot, I think, during a hypersonic speed. So got rid of Thanos. He pops out Gaia, and then I had to clear Juggernaut in that turn. My plan was to go get Loki, but then he hits another stop click. He pops out Baby Groot, and Beetlejuice destroys blocking terrain. He just destroys a ton of blocking terrain just by moving through it with Beetlejuice, leaving open a huge line of fire for Gaia. Gaia blasts away my Hal Jordan, and so my defenses are way down. So blasts away Hal Jordan, gets 50 points right there, moves in some of the Baby Group bystanders, gets rid of Copycat, and those were the only points he scored. And then I had to get away from the Baby Groots, which I couldn't, and he had more probs than I did at that point. I couldn't hit. And that was when the game was called, during that last turn. And I just couldn't get back any of the points. I needed to get rid of that Beetlejuice. I think if I was playing that game again, I would have like moved up halfway through the map on the first turn, and then gone for it in my second turn. Like, token me up the second turn, whatever. I need to get rid of Loki, so his Beetlejuice is punishing his team if it stays out there. So yeah, that's where I got kicked out. It was great. It was a good game. I didn't get any points, but he got that. It was like it wasn't decided. None of my matches were decided just between the matchup or anything like that. It was a lot of fun. Let's look at the top 2 teams. So second place team, played by Michael Eskew, which I know I've heard before in podcasts and stuff. Kenny Minks is also there. He got 3rd. He did great. Anyway, Michael Eskew's team, called the Scientist Squad. Oh, this was the Infinite team. I was wondering if I would face it, or if I saw it on the tray. I was wondering what I was gonna do. I'm not really that familiar with Infinite, being like half of a build. So Infinite with the avatar of Animal Man, Doctor Doom with the universal weapon, Perdegaton, and Copycat. The sideline was Assist from Another World, Fortify, Halt Mutant, Animal Man, Ares, and Infinite. So he had an Infinite on the sideline too? That's crazy. For Assist from Another World, I guess. Anyway, I don't really know how this game went down. I haven't watched it yet, but you should go watch it with me at some point. I'll go watch it too on Alpha Strike's channel. Alpha Strike streamed the top table of the entire event. So I think I know they're one of the teams that I faced. No, I'm pretty sure there's at least one game on there with the Spirit of Vengeance team that I faced, and another team with the X-Men team with Iceman and Madeline Pryor and Rogue. But yeah, this is a fun team. Doctor Doom with the universal weapon. It's crazy. It's like Infinite is just, it's a wonky thing. It's just a weird thing to play. It changes how the game is played so much. Anyway, I don't know. I wonder what I would do if I was facing it. I'm not sure how my team could have done anything with it. Maybe just so you could perplex it, right? To make sure it doesn't come out, to give it more tokens. Maybe just move my perplexes over there and just start perplexing them. If Infinite is targeted by perplex, after resolutions, give him a traveling token, so making sure he's still traveling until I finish off the rest of the team. I have no idea what I would have done. I'm not sure. But somebody figured out what to do because they beat him. That was Matt Donham. He's the one that won. I know I've played, like he had 2 losses. Oh, Michael Eskew, he went 8-1. The only one he lost, that Infinite team only lost to this final team, which was another one with Doctor Doom. But this one was Abomination led, basically. Prime Abomination with Avatar of Animal Man. The same Doctor Doom chase with the universal weapon. But this time he had Captain America, the chase from Smash and Destroy with Mjolnir, and Black Panther with the Ring of Telekinesis, and Prodegaton with the Sinestro Core Ring. Interesting. That Abomination, though, with Avatar of Animal Man, that's a pretty nasty thing to do. He is hitting hard. He is hitting often because he's got the giant. He's dangerous. He is dangerous. And then just make it like get the Colosseum. Ooh. Yeah, that would have been a tough team to beat. But yeah, that's crazy. Anyway, that was the Texas ROC State Championship. And I got this map. This map is so crazy. I love it. Got that cat sticking out its tongue down to a pool of water, like at the cat's face. That's level 5. That's 2 squares of level 5 terrain, then two squares of 4, 2 squares of 3, a square of 2, and then down to 1. And then there's a lot of rooms with walls, more elevated up here, like a weird way to make it's like 2 and then 3, and the sides are 1. It's just crazy. Lots of rooms. I'm excited to play on this map. It's a lot of fun. Oh, it's upside down. It doesn't say Texas. It's like Texas. Anyway, yeah, super excited to play on that map. Got some of the LE figures. Some I already had, and I was able to trade. So got some good trades. That's a lot of fun. That's one of the main things I wanted to go there for, is to trade with people that I haven't traded with before and might have stuff that I want and need stuff that I have. Anyway, thank you to everybody that came and played. Thank you for just bringing a great atmosphere and making it a great event. It was a lot of fun. I'm glad I was able to go. First time I've ever been to a states tournament before. And yeah, let me know, what did you guys think of these teams? What did you think of my team? You think I could have run it better? Probably. Pilot error on a lot of things. But what would you play? What did you play in your states? If it was modern, what did you go for? Or what would you have played if you were able to go? Let's talk about it. Comments below. Like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And I'll catch you next time. I hope this was able to give you a good fix for your Heroclix addiction like I have. And hope that your dice do well for you in these tournaments and the states that are still coming. I don't know if everybody's done all of theirs yet, but I'll see you next time.